Well, hey there, folks. Back in the basement here in southern Delaware. Today I'm going to do a how-to demo on a deep cut from James McMurtry's very first album, Too Long in the Wasteland, from back in 1989. This one's Poor Lost Soul. James played this a number of times, actually only a few times on his pandemic live streams. But it's a real fun song to play. It's got a great little bounce to it and so on. This is not one of James's harder songs to play. I'll say on the McMurtry meter of difficulty, I'd put it about a 3 out of 10 for his stuff. Let's just go through like we always do. We'll start with the tuning. The guitar's a natural tuning here for this song, and there's no capo, so no muss, no fuss there. You just heard me open the clip with the introductory phrase from the tune. I'm going to actually leave that for last because there's more going on there than there is in most of the rest of the song in terms of what you got to do with your hands. And I'm hearing the hearing the pleas of folks saying, please give us more on the right hand. I'm really going to try hard today to up my game on the right hand treatment, particularly for that because it's really important for this opening riff when we get there. Okay, let's talk about the shapes. As always, the first one is that E7 chord that we were using here in the intro. Regular old thing here. First finger on the third fret. Excuse me, on the third string, first fret. Second finger, second fret, fifth string, and then you're going to be using your pinky to be able to do that. Then the next shapes we're going to talk about are the ones that constitute the verses. Okay, it's an A to a B and then to an E. The E is your regular old E you first learned when you first picked up the guitar. What we're going to do with the A and the B, though, is a little different. We're going to start on the A shape here with third and fourth fingers on the second fret of the third and fourth strings. So now if you hit it open, you get all that. We're not going to do that. We want to kind of deaden here with the right hand these guys, because we just want, and it's only going to ring for a second before we slide up and hit this. So you don't have to, I'm letting you into my big secret here. It's okay if it's sloppy right there because it ain't going to last long enough for people to notice. Okay, so all right, so the A is this. The B, you drop your first finger down, your index finger here on the second fret of the A string. And then you do want, then I don't deaden that, because I want that. Okay, now let's go ahead and I'll play the first couple of verses there with that. So let's just pretend we just did the intro phrase and it's, you heard them bright lights calling many years ago. You never came back crawling, how you hung in there, I don't know. You're at home in the big town, got it all figured out. Back home, they can't believe it. They don't know what you're about. In between. Second verse. Sister loves Jesus, and off you go. All right, that's how all the verses are. Each time there's a verse, you're doing it like that. Now let's talk about the choruses. The choruses occur 1, 2, 3 times. Each time it refers to the character who was just speaking. So the first time it's your sister, and she prays for your poor lost soul. The second time around, it's talking about your mother used to call on Sunday, but she doesn't anymore. She just prays for your poor lost soul instead. And then at the very end, to close the song, it's the people back home. Now you've gone back to the city. Leave that small town for good. They'll be praying for your poor lost soul. All right, so let's now talk about the chords of the chorus. You'll be ending here from the, and then you're just going to go to a G chord. And from here, I find it a lot easier to jump to this instead of flipping my hand over to get my index finger like this. So here's the E, and then we will just jump to that G, which is second finger, second fret, fifth string, third finger, third fret, E string, and then your pinky. And then the next shape is an A, but this time we're just going to bar that thing. And here, don't worry about that because you're not going to hear it. And again, you can kind of deaden a little bit with your palm. All right, so you're starting with this. And she prays for your poor lost soul. She prays for your poor lost soul. That's it. A, that's it. And then you go into that intro riff. So it's time for us to talk about that riff now. Let me just play it as it is in the opening of the song. It also happens right there after the first chorus. Why am I pointing at this? You can't see this. Happens right after the first chorus. And that's the last you hear of it until the very end of the song. All right, so it's your E7 shape here. Okay, so what we're doing here, I'm going to try hard now to really break down the right hand here because it is kind of important to get this to sound, at least the way, for me to get it to sound the way I want it to sound, whatever that means. Okay, so we're starting with downstrokes. And we've got all three fingers down. What we want, the melody we're trying to pull out of all this is something like that, either one of those. All right, so you hear that. The other thing, the other part of this is the... Ah, God, I'm blowing that. All right. God, forget it. Let me just do it. All right, so what I'm doing there is, let's see if I can get this on camera here properly. I am pulling up on those notes. Now you could do it that way, hammer on with a downstroke. Because of the way I'm trying to strum, see I'm coming up with that. Those are all down. That one's up. And so because I'm doing that up right there, the way I've been doing it, it just seems easier to me to keep using that up thing instead of trying to go back down and then back up real fast. This is why I have a hard time describing the right hand, y'all. It's turned into a babbling idiot. So here, let me see if I can pull it off again. Okay, so it's the ups are these, and then down on the E. Oops. Okay, so I think that's pretty much all the pieces of the song. We got the tuning. We talked about that intro. We just finally finished with the intro riff. And it appears again, of course, at the very end of the tune. We talked about the way the verse works. And we talked about the way the choruses go. You do that if you want to. So, and I hope this is helpful to you. Let me know if you've got questions. Especially if you're one of those folks who've been asking for more on the right hand, please give it to me straight, Doc. Tell me if it worked. Tell me how I can do better, because I really do want to try to help folks as best I can. And I hear you. So Thanks for watching, y'all. Appreciate people turning up for these time after time, and we'll see you on the next one. Take it easy.